16 last night was another disastrous evening for Tottenham Hotspur. If you don't know what happened, they were beaten 5-2 by Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Champions League, but goalkeeper Anton Kinski was substituted in the 17th minute after conceding 3 goals inside the opening quarter of an hour of the game. Spurs fan and all-round good guy Chris Cowlin is in Madrid right now, waiting to head back to the UK. Chris, great to have you on this morning. I know it's a tough subject to talk about, but what is going on at your football club?
Hi Aaron, good morning. Yeah, it certainly is a tough subject right now, and it is a really tough period for us all. Another sleepless night, thinking about Tottenham and possible relegation and the state that we are in. I tell you what, the owners, the board, the manager, the players, they all need to give a lot more, because Spurs are just 1 point above the relegation zone, and that display and that performance and that result, the manner of it last night was simply not good enough. And I don't know where we go from here, because when you look at all of the other teams in the Premier League around us, Nottingham Forest, Leeds, West Ham, etc., they're all giving absolutely everything. Spurs are winless in the Premier League this calendar year, and when you look at these stats, all the stats are just so grim. Igor Tudor has come in to be the firefighter and to get us out of this trouble, and he's lost his first 4 games. That's never ever happened with a Spurs manager in our entire history. And of course, we've now lost the last 6, and that has never happened in our entire history since 1882. So we are in a real big problem right now.
What's the immediate future hold for Tottenham Hotspur? Because as you mentioned, Igor Tudor has been brought in to try and steady the ship. The ship, however, looks like it's sinking. And the fact is that people are looking at Tottenham thinking, hey, that's 3 points or that's goals for us. And we're gonna go and sort of pull the wool over their eyes.
The thing is, Aaron, I think that when Igor Tudor come in, anyone who was going to come in and replace Thomas Frank had to make us difficult to play against and difficult to beat. And Spurs are extremely easy to play against. And, any team playing Spurs at the moment are rubbing their hands together because Spurs just aren't performing. These players aren't performing. And to be honest with you, Igor Tudor, I think that Tottenham are a worse team under him than Thomas Frank. And I never, ever thought I'd be saying that. In my opinion, Thomas Frank should have gone a lot earlier to give a manager time and, to get the best out of these players. And I just think that the confidence is absolutely shot. The confidence is on the floor. The way that Igor Tudor, dealt with the Anton Kinski situation last night, I thought was really ruthless and very cold. And quite heartless in all honesty. And all I see him do is just shout at players. He's come in and rather than improve the situation, he's just said publicly that we're not good defensively, we're not good in midfield, we're not good in attack. You knew what you were getting into when you took the job, and all he's doing now is complaining. But I just don't know how we get out of this mess. In my opinion, I think that Spurs should now get rid of Igor Tudor and bring in somebody who it means something to, an ex-player, an ex-manager, because I just, like you just said, we're a sinking ship and we're sinking rapidly.
Chris, I know you've got to get a flight. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate your time. Safe trip back to the capital. Chris Cowlin, Spurs fan, with us this morning. 6:22. Jamie's got the sport.
Tonight.
Total Sport. Live.
Now Benny for QPR. Takes a shot on and places it in. The Championship.
Birmingham against Queen's Park Rangers. On DAB. With all the build-up on Total Sport. Total Sport. From 6.
BBC Radio London.
So we just heard from Chris Cowlin, Spurs fan there. Jamie Reid can bring us up to date on all the events of last night, and what another bad night for Tottenham, Jamie.
Dismal. Where do Tottenham go from here, Aaron? It's the big question, and the fans are up in arms, and rightly so. 4 matches played, 4 defeats for Igor Tudor. He was unable to say whether he deserves to continue as manager. He endured his most disastrous game yet. And there's been some, in fairness. There's already plenty of competition. It's just been a short 24-day tenure. Atletico Madrid thrashing his side 5-2. They've got all the work to do, haven't they, going into the second leg of that Champions League last 16 tie. But the biggest question, that questionable decision to hand Anton Kinski a first Champions League star, it backfired spectacularly. So why did he start him and then sub him after just 17 minutes?
I'm coaching 15 years, I never do like this. It was necessary to preserve the guy, preserve the team. Incredible situation. It was before the game, right choice to do in the moment like we are, with pressure on Vicario, another competition. Tony is a very good goalkeeper. So it was, for me, right decision. After happened this, of course, it's easy to say that it was not right decision.
JR, I'm more David Brent than, Lord Sugar when it comes to people management. I don't think you're preserving anything there. I think you have chopped that guy in half. You saw Kinski, he looked like he was about to cry. I mean, genuinely, this is the kind of story that people are getting up right now in the capital, whether you support West Ham, Arsenal, and I'm sure them two are laughing at the situation that Tottenham find themselves in. If you're a Wimbledon fan, if you are a Fulham fan, whoever you are, everyone will be talking about this. It's one of those stories that will be talked about in offices, it'll be talked about in workplaces, talked about in schools, colleges. It's one of those things that someone will try and be funny about in the comments and will try and bring up. He's going to be hooked like Kinski after 17 minutes. This is going to go down as legendary.
But it's not just Kinski, is it? It's Vicario as well, is it not?
Well, I mean...
You take him out of the firing line, but is that the right decision? No. Arguably, you've messed up both of your goalkeepers.
After 17 minutes.
Absolutely. It's ludicrous.
Jay.
Ludicrous. He's just not got anybody on side, has he, at Tottenham? I saw him after the defeat to Fulham, and he didn't really answer questions. He just created more questions, and Spurs are in a mess. We've just heard from Chris Cowlin in Madrid. We'll get some reaction from some other fans a bit later. Better fortune for Millwall, Aaron. Last night they moved to within a point of the automatic promotion places. A 1-0 victory over Derby County. Striker Josh Coburn scored the all-important goal, 2-2 for him, and 2 goals from Don Ballard helped Leyton Orient to move out of the League One relegation places. They provided a crucial 2-1 win at Stevenage. Well done, Richie and co.
I was at the Den yesterday.
Down at the Den?
Down at the Den. They didn't get away with it, but they had to work hard for that.
I saw Derby hit the